Gamecock fans, we're here with Derek Schroeder, the new head coach of Jacksonville State Volleyball. First day of practice here in 2023. Coach, how good does it feel to say that we're finally in preseason?
Yeah, well, did you see me smile when you introduced me as the JSU volleyball coach? So obviously I'm pretty happy about that, but it was great to get in the gym with the girls. I have not been in a gym with them yet. You know, we didn't get to in spring because I didn't get the job in time, and you know, in the summer we're not allowed to train with them. So, you know, I got to see them roll the balls out and put the net up, but this morning was great. It was just great because, you know, they got after it. They did a lot of things intangibly that, you know, coaches want their players to do, and I didn't have to coach that at all. So we're just going to start talking X's and O's now and see if we can put a good team on the floor.
Speaking of putting a good team on the floor, you know, several of these players are transfers, you know, picked up here in the last several months. What kind of a team are you looking to build here in year one in Jacksonville?
Well, the first thing we're trying to do is just discover what we have. You know, like every single kid in the gym right now, all I have is film on, besides the 2 hours that we did this morning. So trying to figure out what I have and then trying to put them in the best situations that I can put them in with whatever system I need to run. Typically, though, you know, a Dex coach team, I guess is how you would say it, would be fast, would be aggressive. We're going to control the ball very well and put a lot of purpose on all of our contacts.
A year of change for Jacksonville State, obviously you taking over as head coach, but also the move to Conference USA. What are some of the challenges that the team's going to face here in 2023?
It's funny, like this fall, 2023, this fall is just going to be a challenge after a challenge after a challenge, and not in a bad way. You know, like, who's this opponent? What do they do? Now who's this opponent? We've never played almost every school in Conference USA before, so, and I've never coached against many of the schools in Conference USA, so it's going to be very interesting to just how can we get those weights and measures? How can we get those measuring stick games, and how can we do those sorts of things all year and just continue to grow every single week? So that challenge is, okay, now this is the unknown. What are we going to do? Now this is the unknown. What are we going to do about it? So
as we progress through the preseason, the Gamecocks have a scrimmage next week, or an exhibition, if you will, on the road at Troy on the 15th. What are you wanting to see in that matchup and throughout the preseason as we get closer and closer to the start of the regular season?
I mean, 7 days from now, I hope we look like a Dex coach team. But if we're not there yet, we're not there yet. It's not going to be the end of the world. But, you know, we're going to do 2 or 3 days of offensive systems and 2 or 3 days of defensive systems. And then we're going to put that on the floor, and, you know, that'll be our checks and balances for that week. Then the next day, you know, we're going to do some team building the next day, and then probably have like a video post-exhibition practice. And we'll have lots of opportunities to say, like, hey, maybe we should have been leaning this way, maybe we should have been on this X, maybe we should have been here or there. So that's what we're looking to get out of the first 8 days.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
I really like these kids. And you know what, social media world, WWW world, you know, every coach is going to say family and every coach is going to say relationships. I got a really good group here. I'm really happy with them. Like, I've gotten to know them as people over the summer, but now I'm getting to know them as volleyball players, and I'm just excited to spend 4 months with them.